friends, welcome to class. It's Kristen. Today's class, we're going to get into the inner hips. So this is a really good one to do if you sit a lot during the day for your job, or even if you're really active, but your type of activity tends to be more like running or cycling or things that can actually, although they're really good for your body, can put a lot of stress and tightness into your hips. So you won't need anything for class, just you and your mat. We're going to get started in a butterfly position. Bringing the soles of your feet together. Hands can just rest down wherever they want to land, wherever feels comfortable, and we'll close down the eyes. And just give yourself a moment to arrive into this space. Start to gather your breath. Breathing in, knowing that you're breathing in. Breathing out, knowing that you're breathing out. Allowing the breath to become really fluid, finding a sense of ease, really allowing each inhale to turn right into the next exhale without much effort. And then likewise, each exhale to turn right back into the next inhale. So it's almost like this circular breath, just flowing. And then go ahead and bring your hands to your calves, wrapping your palms around them. And then with your next inhale, come into cow pose. Tilt your chest up towards the sky. Draw your shoulders back, maybe look up above you, opening through the throat. And then as you exhale, find cat pose, rocking back on your seat, letting your spine round, dropping your head down, chin towards the chest. Inhale, pulling back on those shins, lifting the heart, dropping the head back for cow. And then exhaling to round it out and let the head drop, stretching out through the back side of the neck. One more like this. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close it off. And then gently inhale your way back into a neutral position with the spine. Drop your shoulders down away from your ears. On the next in-breath, left arm is going to reach straight up to the sky. Feel this left side lengthen out. Feel your left rib cage lift. And then as you exhale, you're going to lean over towards your right. As you lean, allow your right forearm to press more firmly into the inner right thigh. So really deepening that stretch. And if the left knee starts to pop up a little more here, that's totally fine. And then in the side stretch, let your head drop to the right. So reaching your right ear for your right shoulder. And just breathing here for a couple more rounds. Keep rooting down through the left sitting bone. Beautiful. And then slowly release back to center. And we're just going to switch that out. So bring your left hand back down to your leg. Inhale, your right arm reaches up. So big side stretch here. Feel the right rib cage lift up, and then exhale as you reach up and over towards your left. And as you come into your side stretch, pressing down into the inner left thigh with the left forearm. Obviously not forcing it too much, but just letting the weight of your own body create more of a stretch for you there. Maybe the right knee pops up a little bit. Again, that's okay. Anchor down through the right sitting bone. Take another breath in. Stay right here as you breathe out. And then inhale, rise it all the way back up. You're going to take your hands to the outsides of your knees. Draw your knees together. Plant your palms behind you. Take your feet a little bit wider, so about hips distance or more. And then take a moment here to windshield wiper your knees side to side. And then when you feel complete there, you'll cross at your ankles. Brush the dog hair off your mat if you need to. And then go ahead and rock over onto hands and knees. And right away, we're gonna start to make our way into our first downward facing dog. So tucking your toes, lifting your hips back and up, and then finding a little bit of movement here as you allow yourself to arrive. So taking the dog for a walk, pedaling out through the heels, or just shifting around side to side, front to back, whatever feels good in your body. Doesn't matter at all what it looks like. Just want you to start to connect and notice how your physical body's feeling in this position. Notice if you have some places that feel a little bit tight today, especially in the hips, as that is kind of our goal with this class. And then, as always, giving yourself grace to show up just as you are, right? No judgment, no pressure to be anything other than what you are today. Start to find some stillness in your downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you'll reach your right leg up to the sky. And then from there, allow your knee to bend and start to open up through the hip, pointing your knee up to the ceiling above you. For 5 rounds here, circling out your knee in either direction. We're going to go both ways, so it doesn't matter which way you start. Last 3, 2, 1, and then continuing those circles. Keep opening through the hip, opposite direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Take a big breath in here. Square your hips, extend the right leg. And then as you exhale, you're going to bring the right foot forward. Big step, taking the right foot to the outside of the right hand. So lizard lunge. And as you breathe in, I want you to sink your hips down. Think cow pose here as you lift your heart between your shoulders. Find a little bit of a bend in the upper back and look up. And then as you exhale, lift your hips, start to straighten out through the right leg. Really press the earth away from you, thinking cat pose as you allow your upper back to round and you tuck your chin to your chest. Do that again. Inhale to sink into the hips, finding that lunge, pulling the heart through the shoulders and upward, gazing up. And then exhale, hips lift, right leg straightens, press the earth away and dome up through the upper back. One more just like that. Inhaling into your lunge, lifting the heart. And then exhale, press the ground away. Core is really engaged here. With the next inhale, come back into your lunge. This time, let your left knee drop all the way down to the mat. And then for this, it might feel a little more comfortable to turn the right toes out to kind of a 45-degree angle. With your exhale, you're going to start to let your right knee drop out to the right side, rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot and peeling the right toes back towards the knee. So a lot to think about, but moving with the breath. Now as you inhale, engage through the inner thigh to bring the knee back up towards the ceiling and plant the right foot flat. Do that again. Exhale, opening up. So dropping the right knee out to the right side, coming onto the outer edge of the foot. And then inhale, pulling it back towards the midline of your body, planting the foot flat. Still up on your hands here. One more time as you exhale, opening up. And then inhale to bring it back to center. Nice job, everybody. From here, you're going to come onto your left hip and then drag this right foot in so that it's flat as you rock onto your right hip. Left knee might bend a little bit as you do that. I want you to take your right hand to the floor behind you. Use your left arm to hug your right knee in towards your chest and take a breath in to sit a little bit taller. Finding a twist here as you exhale, start to rotate your spine around to the right. Taking your gaze back beyond the right shoulder, lifting up tall through the crown of the head. Take a couple breaths, just holding this twist. Breathing into your spine. Good, one more breath in. And then one more breath out right here. Nice. Gently start to unwind. Bring your left hand back up towards the front of your mat. This time you're going to drop down onto that left forearm. Extend your left leg all the way out straight. And then take the peace sign fingers of your right hand, wrap them around the big right toe, finding a little bit of a balance here. So you have to really press down into the outer edge of your left side as you start to draw the right leg up and extend through the knee. Now, if you can't get that full extension, that's totally fine. A little bend in the knee is very fair here. This is a big ask for your body. So breathing here, make sure you're not collapsing down into this left shoulder. Really press out and away from the left forearm. One more breath in. One more breath out, and then with control, let go of your right foot. Slowly lower the right leg down to meet the left. And you're gonna come onto your butt. Both legs extended out in front of you. Go ahead and drop down onto your forearms here. Walk your elbows in towards each other. Palms are face down. I want you to take a breath in. Press through the forearms, press through the hands. Start to arch your back, lift the heart up. Feel the shoulders pull down, and then if it's comfy, drop your head back. So a little bit of a fish pose here, breathing into your heart space, stretching out between the collarbones, finding some opening across the chest. Beautiful, and then slowly let that go. Come up onto your right hand, come up onto your left hand just to bring yourself upright. Legs are still extended out in front of you. Inhale, reach both arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, lead with your heart as you fold forward into Paschimottanasana. Letting your spine round if that feels best. You can let your head drop here and just hang out for a couple breaths, finding more length through the backs of the legs. Awesome. With your next inhale, bring yourself back up. Go ahead and help yourself bend at the knees here, cross at the ankles. Once again, roll over onto hands and knees, tabletop. This time we will stay here for a few breaths, flowing through some more rounds of cat-cow. And just noticing the difference here when you're planted, you're rooted through your feet and your hands. Inhaling as you drop your belly and lift your heart, arching your back. And then exhaling, round your spine, tuck your chin and your tailbone. Inhale, same thing here, cow pose. And then exhale, round it out. One more time, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, round it out, tuck the toes, make your way back to downward facing dog. You can adjust your stance here how you need to. So for me, that means walking my hands forward, just giving myself a little bit more space. But your body is different than mine, so figure out what it is that you need to do for you. On your next inhale, left leg goes skyward. You're gonna bend your left knee, point it up towards the ceiling, and then start to circle it out either direction for 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, and then go the other way. So you have 5 times around. Loosening up through the left hip for 4, for 3, 2, last one. And then with an in-breath, squaring the hips, extending the left leg. As you exhale, lizard lunge, left foot comes way up to the outside of the left hand. So both hands are to the inside of your left foot. I want you to take a breath in to sink your hips down, lift your heart, pull it through the shoulders. Remember, thinking cow spine. And then as you exhale, lifting your hips, straightening out best as you can through the left leg. Press the ground away, dome up through your upper back. Feel the core ignite. Now inhale back into your lunge. Sink the hips, lift the heart. Exhale, lift the hips, fold forward, press away. One more like this, inhale. Exhale. with the next in-breath. Coming back into your lunge. This time, right knee comes all the way down to the earth. Maybe turning the left toes out slightly to almost like a 45-degree angle. And staying up on the hands as you exhale, rolling onto the outer edge of your left foot, opening up more through the inner hip as the left knee drops out to the side. Now inhale to pull the knee back towards center, plant the left foot flat, coming back to lizard. Exhale, same thing, let the knee drop out, roll onto the outer edge of the foot, let the toes track in line with the knee, and then inhale right back to center. Good, last one, exhale. Inhale, bring it back to center, plant the left foot. From here, coming onto the outer right hip. As you do that, letting that left leg pull in so the left foot comes flat, right knee maybe bends. Left hand's gonna come behind you as you wrap the right arm around the left knee, setting up for our twist. Inhale, lengthening your upper body. And then exhale to rotate your spine around to the left. Let the left sitting bone come down too as well. So maybe gazing past the left shoulder. Just a couple breaths here. Inhaling to sit tall. And exhaling into your twist. Nice, y'all. Gently unwind, come back. Right hand comes back towards, this time you're at the back of your mat, but you're gonna come down onto the right forearm. Straighten out through that right leg. Left knee still bent here. Peace sign fingers will wrap around that big toe. Finding your balance, so making that connection between your right side body and the earth as you start to extend the left leg up above you. Again, maybe not finding a full extension, and that's totally fine. Wherever you're at today is perfect. Being fully there with your breath, with your body, finding that connection. One more breath here. Awesome. And then gently, carefully releasing the left foot to slowly bring the left leg all the way down to meet the right. Scooching back onto the mat, you're going to come all the way onto your back this time. Go ahead and extend out through the left leg, bend the right knee, and then let the right knee fall out to the side. So you're coming into a reclined tree pose. Now we're not standing, so there's no need to worry about that left knee, right? A lot of times you hear, don't take your right foot to your left knee, but here it's fine. You're not putting any pressure on the knee. So if that's where you are, that's great. If you want a little bit less, bring your right foot down closer to the left ankle. If you want a little bit more, maybe the right foot comes to the left thigh. From there, arms can rest out beside you, turning the palms of the hands to face up. Or maybe you reach the arms back behind you and see if you can bring the palms of the hands together into Anjali Mudra. And we're not here for long, but just taking a moment to notice how in this reclined tree pose, you can really just focus on the opening through the hip. This takes the strength element, for the most part, out of the posture. This takes the balancing element, for the most part, out of the posture. And you can really relax through the right hip, letting the right knee be heavy. Last couple breaths here. With your next exhale, release. You can take your hand to the right knee if you would like, just to help assist it back to center. Stretch out through the right leg, give it a little shake out here. And then go ahead and bend your left knee. Let your left knee fall out to the left side, coming into tree pose, side two. And so again, you can play around with your foot placement, see what feels best for you. It may be different from side to side. That's totally normal. Finding something that you can relax for these few breaths that we're here, either arms down by the sides or arms, once again, back behind you, palms come together, just like if you were in a standing tree pose. And then letting the weight of that left knee drop down towards the earth. Feeling a nice opening in the inner left hip. Couple deep breaths right here. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, and you can slowly release out of your tree pose, bringing the arms back down. Left leg goes long, give it a little shake out. And then from here, we'll come into more of like a double tree, or you may know it as Supta Badakhanasana, reclined butterfly. So a position very much like we started, just coming at it from a little different perspective. Bringing the soles of the feet together, knees fall out to the sides. In this one, let's take a hand to the belly and a hand to the heart. And we'll spend these last few breaths of class just really connecting in, feeling the sensation of your body as you inhale, feeling yourself rise and expand. And then noticing as you exhale, feeling yourself fall back towards the earth and contract. So gathering your breath once more. Coming back to a place of rest, a place of stillness. And giving yourself as much time as you need here in this place before you move on and go about the rest of your day. But Kira and I want to thank you for showing up, for taking some time out for you, and for practicing with us today. Know that the light and the love within us sees and honors the light and the love within you. And so until we meet again, namaste.